what they've deserved. The League Championship for Leeds United.
And welcome to LUTV. Now tonight we'll be bringing you full match coverage of the game against Swansea City, who also need the points to stay in the promotion race. Now tonight we of course welcome our regular studio guest, former defender Ben Parker. Ben, thanks for joining us.
Evening, Emma.
And we've got a very special guest, someone who I'm pretty sure would rather be out there on the pitch. But thank you for agreeing to join us here tonight, Adam Forshaw. Thank you so much. I mean, we've got to start off by asking, how's the injury?
Okay, yeah. I was pushing to be fit for tonight, but unfortunately it was just come too soon. So I think with the break after tonight, I'll be ready for the next one, hopefully.
What happened?
I felt something in the Stoke game. Managed the last couple of weeks, carried on playing against Rotherham and then Norwich, and just came to a point where I had to pull myself out and get it right. Really, it was gradually getting a little bit worse, and yeah, just one of them things, little knee injury and nothing too serious. Must
be pretty frustrating though.
Yeah.
Now, we've just 15 games left of the season. How crucial is tonight's match?
I think any game now to the end of the season, 15 games to go, they're always going to be big. But I'm sure Adam will allude to as well, a group of players must be buzzing with Adam afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. It is a cliche, you say take each game as it comes. It's a massive chance tonight. I think there's a real chance. Sheffield United have got a tough game against Middlesbrough. Norwich are away at Preston, which isn't a gimme by any means. So I think it's a good chance for us to get the 3 points and watch someone else slip up, hopefully.
Yes, well,
so I'm acting like a fan tonight anyway, yeah.
What's it like acting like a fan for you? Because you're normally used to being out there. What is it like?
Because when you're in the mix of it and you're playing the game, you're preparing for the game, you genuinely do just focus on yourself and winning and the 3 points that's available. But like I said, me sitting back and watching tonight, I'm hoping to see others slip up as well. Because at the time when you're in the squad and you're ready to go out and play,
that's your focus,
you don't think of the other teams, yeah. So, yeah.
Can I just say as well, what I absolutely love is Adam came in here and said, oh, do you know what? I should have made an effort. I've just been out for tea with the baby and I've got food all over me top. Just talk us through, because we can't see. You do look very smart. Well, what have you got all over
I've got a bit of sweet potato on my shoulder, bit of pear on my wrist, yeah.
I absolutely love that, Adam. Yeah. Now, Ben, to start off, just talk us through tonight's starting 11.
Well, yes, we've obviously had that one enforced change, obviously what happened to Jack Clark up at Middlesbrough, and obviously Pablo's coming for him, but Adam, there's been a lot of players coming back from injury, unfortunately. You've kind of gone the other way recently, but the squad's started to look a lot stronger, hasn't it? All of a sudden, there's more options from the bench, and you know that's what we need between now and the season. People pushing each other for the shirt, don't they?
Definitely. The strength and depth has surprised me how good and how much everybody stepped up to the plate. Probably our biggest period of most injuries came at the time when we had 7 straight wins. We had a lot of young lads stepping in, the likes of The likes of Dan James, who we all know about, Barry Mackay, Roberts, who plays on the right. They're all technical, good footballers, so they will pose the problems, but I think obviously if we're on our medal, then we'll be more than all right.
And obviously it is the Leeds team that we'll be focusing on a lot more, but how do you think that Swansea City side are going to be feeling travelling over to Ellen Road?
I think from their point of view, they'll firmly believe they're still in the playoff mix. Yeah. They're only 6 points off the top 6 themselves, so they'll be thinking coming here tonight. If they get a win, they'll be banging it. But
big game for them.
Of course, it's a big game, but it's a big game for us as well, because Adam alluded to the results that the fixture that are taking place tonight. You can easily see points being dropped from his closest rivals. So the look at that table come 10 o'clock tonight could look completely different for us by sitting on top of the pile.
We'd like to see that, wouldn't we?
Fingers crossed.
Can we see the bottom half of the table as well? Let's have a look. Yes, we can see that there. And like you say, a few crucial games as well for us tonight. Let's take a look at the other fixtures. So we can see last night's results there. So yeah, last night's results there at the top, and we've got the fixtures as well. We've got Brentford, Aston Villa, Ipswich, Derby, Preston, Norwich, Sheffield United, Middlesbrough, Wigan, Stoke, and at 8 o'clock Reading and Blackburn. Now, you touched on it slightly there, both of you, but Sheffield United taking on Middlesbrough, that's potentially a big game for us, isn't it, to be observing?
Definitely, yeah. Two good sides, heavyweight sides in the league. Middlesbrough will probably see the points at the weekend, a good point for them, playing a top team themselves against us, and Sheffield United a stronger home, so that'll be a game to watch tonight, definitely. And like I said, going to Preston is no gimme. Yeah,
of course, for Norwich.
So Norwich have got a tough game on their hands, as we have as well. Everyone knows the Championship, it's a crazy league.
It really is.
And you know what we could predict here could be the complete opposite, but
disminuido su aporte ofensivo.
And the only thing that decreased a little bit is his offensive impact.
Es un jugador que nos habituó a jugar por arriba de 7.
He's a player that usually played getting a grade above 7 points.
Y hoy juega por arriba de 6.
Over 7 points, and now he's playing getting a grade over 6 points.
Lo que nosotros no tenemos la capacidad de hacer
The thing that we can't do
es mirar la totalidad.
is to look at to look at everything.
Y vamos segmentando
So we divide
y vamos dividiendo, vamos comentando lo que pasó hace de manera muy cercana.
and we comment only the last games.
Entonces, de Eileen puedo decir solamente
The only thing I can tell about Bill Eileen,
que su aporte ofensivo es menor
that he contribute a little less in attack,
y que en vez de jugar para 7 juega por arriba de 7, juega por arriba de 6.
and usually he was getting a grade over 7, more than 7 points, and now he's getting more than 6
Pero para
points.
mí es un jugador fundamental,
But for me, he's a very important player for the team.
un jugador que enciende a los compañeros, al público,
He's a player that is an example for his teammates, for the public, for the fans,
y que tiene los altibajos de los jugadores. Hay muy pocos tipos de jugadores que no tienen altibajos, ¿no?
and in football you have very few players that don't have ups and downs.
Sí, para mí es un gran equipo Swansea.
For me, Swansea is a big team.
Es un equipo que todavía no cristalizó.
It's a team that hasn't used its full potential so far.
Es un equipo contracultural dentro de esta liga.
It's a team inside of the championship that has a counterculture.
Tiene jugadores que están preparados para darle buen trato a la pelota.
They have players very good with the ball,
Y a mí me gusta mucho cómo juega.
and I like how Swansea plays.
Marcelo Bielsa there talking ahead of tonight's game. Now we are joined by Adam Forshaw here in the LUTV studio, and you've been sending in your questions for him on Twitter. Are you all right answering some of these,
Yeah, of
Adam?
course, yeah.
I promise we'll be nice. So the first one is from Tyler, who says, Adam, earlier in your career you played further forward, but for most of this season you've been playing in quite a defensive role. Which do you think suits you better? Tyler, you signed it off.
Good question, Tyler.
Yeah,
Solid.
good question, yeah. In all honesty, I'm easy. I'll play wherever, as long as I'm playing. I want to play every week, but I've enjoyed it this year because you see a lot of the ball as a number 6, a deep line midfielder. But on the other hand, if I play more as an 8, it's a chance to get forward and get goals and contribute in that way. So I don't mind, genuinely, just a centre midfield player, whether it's a 6 or an 8, I don't mind.
There you go, Tyler.
Yeah.
He's happy either way.
Good question.
Matty's also been on as well, says,
Yeah.
how frustrating is it being injured at a time like this, Adam?
Terrible, yeah, because it's out of your control. Obviously, when I'm playing the game tonight, if I was involved, you feel like you can contribute or help. But watching the game from the stands is, yeah, it's more nerve-wracking if anything.
I can imagine
Yeah,
that, yeah, because
it
you're
is.
not actually in there.
I just can't contribute, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you're on the sideline watching.
Yeah.
Declan's been on. He says, now we all wish Jack Clark well, of course we do.
Yeah.
How is he?
he's good. He texted in the WhatsApp group before the game tonight, just wishing everyone well. I think he's a bit bored.
Oh,
Yeah, he's,
just imagine him sat at home, like, all right, lads.
I can imagine an 18-year-old kid,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's
FIFA.
Yeah.
No, exactly that. Yeah, I think he's had a ban from Xbox, PlayStation, etc. For obvious reasons, and I think he's just bored. He's itching to get back in now.
Oh, so he's just sticking it in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a case of testing and things like that, and everything clearing up, and he'll be ready to come in. Yeah.
Well, of course, we're sending him all of our love,
Yeah.
and so send that back on WhatsApp.
Will do, yeah.
Everyone sends him their love. Now, Connor's been on as well. He says, out of the current Leeds United squad, oh, this is pressure, this. Who do you rate as the most technically skilled?
Not naming
Excluding
yourself.
yourself.
No, not me. Not me. I'd be lying if I said me. Pablo jumps out to me straight away.
Why is that?
Just nutmeg king, really. He could nutmeg a mermaid, I think. Yeah.
Ben, actually, I'll ask you that question.
Technically,
No pressure, but you sat next to Adam.
Funny enough, with Wales at Harrogate Town a couple of seasons ago, we played them in a pre-season game, and Pablo played the second half against. It came up against me actually. Nutmeg me twice in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I like brilliant.
Oh, yeah,
just what I needed. So I say Pablo, people like that. But I'm going to big Adam up. Technical is on the ball. Can use his. I'm going to say left and right, maybe stick to the right. But I think that's one big improvement. I've seen a lot of the training, like the passing drills you do. It's very religious, very like work it all the time, and you can see it with the results on the pitch because what they're working on, where the pass to the poles, to the cones, it's so tight, and there's the fine margins, and that's where you get on a night like tonight. And
I want to ask this as well, this hasn't been sent in. You touched on it earlier that you and Adam get on quite well, and you said you've got this WhatsApp group. Are you all just mates in the team?
Yeah, you have to be. I mean, the amount of hours we spend with each other, especially...
Yeah, but I'd get sick of people if I spent that long with you.
Yeah, you do, I suppose. You want your days off here and there, but I think if you want to be successful, you have to enjoy working with the people. Because if you didn't, and you didn't have a camaraderie, it wouldn't work.
It's just nice, I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, Lee's been on asking a very serious question here, Adam. What beard oil do you use?
I don't know the exact name. My wife bought me some for Christmas, I think.
I'll tell you what, if you find out, can you please put it on Twitter
so
that Lee can find it? Put a photo.
I'm not on Twitter, I'll put it on my Instagram story.
Thank you very much. There you go, Lee. So go to Adam Forshaw's Instagram and find out what beard oil he uses. Now, as well as that, we saw obviously Bielsa chatting ahead of this game tonight, and we've spoken to a lot of the team about what it's like working underneath him. What's your opinion of it?
I'm not just saying it, but he's by far the best manager I've ever seen. I think just for the experience, he's got the calibre of teams and other players he's managed. We'd be silly as players not to really be a sponge and take all the information off him. And
do you feel that you've improved as a player under him?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've seen a completely different side. I mean, I looked after myself. Feel I am professional, but he just takes it to a whole new level. Just everything like we were touching on earlier, and the work that goes into the sessions, down to everything, the nutrition, everything is just it's all there in place for us now to go on and get promoted. And
does he focus on you all sort of individual and really get to know you to understand how to get the best from you?
Yeah, we have every game we have individual meetings with him. Probably last about 15 to 20 minutes. We have time slots either on the coach or when we get to the team hotel the night before. The whole squad. We'll have a 15-20 minute meeting, mainly talking about analysis of your last game, things to improve on, things you've done well. He'll sit and watch all your individual clips, and you basically get a sheet of paper that lets you reiterate what you need to improve on. Yeah.
And what's that like for you? Because to have that one-to-one time and come away going, right, this is what I need to improve on. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's funny at times. Sometimes you think you haven't had the best game, or you think, oh, I don't want to sit.
Yeah, it's like when you're at school.
Yeah, I think I don't want to sit and watch that bad pass,
it's coming.
Yeah,
yeah, you can feel the awkwardness. But no, it's brilliant. At the end of the day, he's trying to improve you. He's trying to get the best out of you, the team, himself. And ultimately it's all in the process, yeah. And
he strikes me as like calm. I don't imagine him approaching you with by shouting.
No, he doesn't feel awkward in telling you what's good and what's not. He'll sit and tell you that wasn't good enough. You need to do this more. You need to improve this. That was very good. I feel you've improved at this. And he will just tell you. Yeah, there's no beating around the bush with it.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. See, it's always good when we get players on because we can actually find out about him because he seems like a bit of a mystery. So to find out what he's like this untouchable man. Right then, let's hear from Pablo Hernandez, who's back in the starting lineup tonight. He's been speaking with Michael Waydock.
How much are the players looking forward to this after that great draw at the Riverside at the weekend?
Yeah, obviously we always play to win the games, but after they score in the second half, we try to score the draw, and after the second goal, but when we score the draw, we don't have more time. But I think the spirit and the attitude from the team be very good. be good, and this is more important. Now we forget this game, and now just thinking in the tonight game. No, it's very important for us.
You're on the bench obviously at the weekend. You start tonight. How difficult is it to play those 2 games a week? It's a tough schedule.
Yes, it's difficult, but we be professionals, and we be ready for this. But I have some problems in my leg in the last weeks, and sometimes the manager decide this, and the more important for us, the players, be in the bench, be ready for go in the game, and help the team to win the games.
Is it special playing against a former club for you, or is it just another night?
Yes, of course, always special for me. Swansea, I played 2 years in Swansea. These 2 years very happy year for me, no, very good years. We win the cup, we play in Europe League, and of course always special, no, when you play against all teams. It's special when I play in Swansea in the Liberty Stadium and I score, and today the same, no, it's very special for me.
Pablo Hernandez there getting soaked by a sprinkler, who is of course back in the starting lineup tonight. Now Ben, just quickly before we wrap up, what kind of game are we expecting tonight?
I expect an open game. I expect both teams to be attractive, the way they build up from the back. But can we just like press them high? I think there's mistakes, and I think we can bully them, to be fair. If we can get amongst about them with as high press, as high energy, hopefully we can start the game well. If we do all these things, I think it's going to lead to a positive result for us tonight.
I hope so. And Adam, how dangerous do you think the Swansea side could be tonight?
I completely agree. I think technically they're really good. I like Selena, he's a good player. Dan James, for obvious reasons. I think they can pose a threat, but yeah, I think if one weakness of them, they might be a little bit flimsy, is the word.
Good word.
Yeah, slightly. Yeah, I think we could get on top of them. I think, and with our energy, if we really start and come out the blocks, I think we'll have a good night.
And how much is it about what we do?
Yeah, well, it's all about us. I think we don't have to rely on other teams. If we're good this season, we don't worry about anybody else. We play some fantastic stuff, and with the crowd behind us tonight, I think we can get the 3 points.
And Ben, the start to the game is pretty crucial, isn't it, at home?
Oh, is it any game's crucial for the start? But the times when we go back to the Derby County match a few weeks ago on the Friday night when it was here, the way we started, got to bounce so well, the energy, the tempo of us pressing, us passing. The Derby couldn't get out of their own half, and they're a good side. They've got some good players. We made them look very ordinary. So that's kind of the benchmark that we can set. If we're bang at it, teams can't live with us. And Adam's right. No point worrying about anyone else. If we're bang at it, you don't have to worry about anyone.
Yeah, focus on yourself. Adam, I've got to ask you as well. What is it like playing at Ellen Road this season?
It's been brilliant. It's electric. I remember the Derby game. I think the ball went out or there was an injury, and I looked around the stadium. I was took back by it. And sometimes you're that focused on the game. You don't really take everything in. But seeing the scarves waving, etc., and yeah, it took me back.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the lads are actually on their way out now. So Adam Forshaw, thank you so much for joining us on LUTV. Myself and Ben Parker will be back at half time. So we'll see you then.
Thank you very much, Emma. Thank you very much to Ben, and always great to have a member of the Leeds United first team squad in the studio with us as well. Great to hear the insights in the build-up to kick-off from Leeds United midfielder Adam Forshaw, and we wish him well in his continued recovery from injury. Good evening. 6 times a FIFA Goalkeeper of the Year. President of Stoke City, succeeding Stanley Matthews and Gordon Banks, an inductee into the English Football Hall of Fame. And alongside me tonight is another inductee of the English Football Hall of Fame, Eddie Gray. And Eddie, we've just been looking at the fixtures. We've been discussing that there are 8 home games to go, 7 games away from home, 6 points and
إذا أعتقد أن ما يحاول أن يفعلونه أن
to the game in 11th. Leeds, I've mentioned already, in second place. Swansea 31 played and 44 points on the board. Van der Horn getting the ball away. It's immediately knocked back in by Alioski, but Swansea getting things going and getting themselves a throw in. The referee taking his time over awarding that one. I think he probably waited to see which way the players were going to go and who was going to pick it up first, but it's certainly a Swansea ball. Down that line it goes, and both Norton and Roberts for that particular move on the same side of the field.
It's disappointing to see Joe Roden getting injured, but I must say Vickers has come in and he's done really, really well. A really strong centre-back.
There at the back is Pontus Jansson playing the ball out. He's about to get it back as well. Swedish international. It's sent down that left-hand side, and Van der Horn will deal with those all day. And in front of him he has George Byers battling away, who got a man-of-the-match performance and a first senior goal at the Liberty Stadium at the weekend, and what a goal it was, enough to take all 3 points against Millwall.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him playing tonight as well. He's capable of scoring in.
Very, very confident young lad.
So it's interesting to hear last week Cameron Toshak saying that now he loved playing with Ollie McBurney, and in the academy he made nearly all McBurney's goals, so it's a shame he isn't playing tonight.
Okay, trying to take 3 on there, and it's gone to Kamaroof, former Oxford man, sending it over onto that left-hand side. Now getting it back and looking to move it on. Dan James back defending, and almost getting on the end of that flick. Swansea immediately trying to block it from coming any further forward. There's a little bit to chase down that left-hand side, and Patrick Bamford is happy to give that chase into the bottom corner, gets his side of throw. Here's the old boy, the Spaniard, Hernandez. Will be called into the starting lineup for Leeds tonight. He's the only change from the side that drew with Middlesbrough last Friday night. In fact, last Saturday dinner time. Throw-in to be taken by Luke. What did he do there, Wyndham? Play it round the back and try and switch it from side to side.
Yeah, but being the home side, you think he'd attack a little bit more. They haven't got a ball in the box yet, basically, so it's comfortable for Swansea at the moment.